Okay, so just take 2 minutes and you keep ready everything. Okay, start your laptop, start your software. Okay, we are going to RStudio software, and then those who are on the RStudio cloud, they can start the RStudio cloud, and we'll be typing one by one command. You all be with me. I'll slowly and steadily I'll be typing the commands. You also execute at the same time, right? So that we can practice simultaneously. So I'm going to RStudio software. Okay. So you can start your RStudio software, everybody. Okay. So let me introduce you about this particular ID a little bit, and then we'll start. So if you see carefully here, we are having the 4 different windows, right? 4 different windows we are having. This is the first windows where we'll be writing the scripts, okay? And the below one is the console window. Here also we can type the commands, okay? You can move, like this, up and down. You can move from here also, right? Like this. This is the environment windows. Whichever variables we'll be creating, you'll be seeing over here. Whatever stuffs we'll be doing, the temporary variable and everything will get stored in this environment variable over here. So you'll be able to see. And this is a file section and all, right? Here you'll be having your files and folders. So before starting, what is most important thing is what you must know how to set a working directory. Okay, that is the important part. So for the entire workshop, what I'll suggest you create one folder, let's say a project folder. Okay, so it's not required on the cloud, okay, because in the cloud, if you see cloud, there is already a directory is created. So first I'll explain on this particular software ID software, and then I'll explain for cloud also. So just wait for a few minutes. First I'll explain how to set the directory on this particular studio, then I'll tell you how to do that particular thing on the cloud, right? So what you can do, you can just create one folder, right? For example, I'll just minimize this. So for my practice purpose, what I've done for you, what you can do, you can create one folder over here. Let's say on the desktop, you can create a project folder, all of you, right? This project folder. Then what we will do, why we are creating this particular folder, whatever things we'll be doing inside this particular folder, right? Now we have to set this folder as the current directory in that particular software. Okay, so we will go over here, clear? And if you see here in this particular window, can you see these 3 dots? Okay, 3 dots are there. You can click on that in the file window, click on these 3 dots. So this window will appear. Okay, what you can do, you can go to desktop and search for that particular folder. So I created project folder, this project folder. I'll open that, clear? So that folder will get open, right? First step is what? Create that folder on the desktop, right? Then you come on this particular ID software, click on these 3 dots and search for that particular folder, open it, and then click on this particular more. Okay, click on this gear option and say set as working directory. Click on that. Set as working directory, click on that. Your working directory is set. So if you see here, it's written C colon user Om Prakash desktop and project. So my this project directory is set as what? Current working directory. I hope all of you got this. What you can do, you can just see here, and if you see the command, it has fired the command automatically, set WD. So set WD is used for setting the working directory. I'll fire it after some time. So if you just type get WD, get wd. Okay, just type like this, get wd, and enter. So if we enter, you will get the working directory. Get wd stand for what? Get working directory. So it's clearly telling me that my current working directory is what? Its path is what? C:\users Om Prakash desktop project. Okay, this is my current working. Yeah.
You show on cloud also, RStudio Cloud,
Yeah.
because many queries are coming
Yeah,
on
I'm showing that.
RStudio Cloud, how to set working directory. And if they are getting only three quarters, then how to get one more? Means one quarter they cannot see. Means only three they can see. So they can draw, drag and bring and see. That you can
My window is not clear. My entire four quarters are not clear.
window is clear, but they are getting only three quarters.
Okay,
So,
okay. Participants are getting three quarters,
uh,
right? So if in the R software, R ID, R Studio, you are getting three quarters, you just click over here, double click over here, one icon will be there, double click over there, you will be getting these four quarters. For example, if I'll click here, see, now I'll click there. So I'm getting in this way. So just click, for example, here, if you click, it will minimize. If you click on the bigger icon, it will maximize it. So you will have to adjust in that way. You can also drag here and there, for example, in this way, up, down, right? You can drag it. Just click on that, hold it, and just drag here and there. Similarly, you can drag this one, right? So let's go to cloud. Let's go to cloud. This is my cloud. Okay. For going to cloud, what I did, I search in the Google, then I click on this particular link, right? Then I log in with my Gmail account. And then this Google Cloud got opened. So if you see, this is also exactly similar to my RStudio, right? RStudio software. What we can do, we can minimize, we can just, shrink this particular thing. Yeah. So just click on that, hold it and drag it, right? So it got shrink. If you're not getting, for example, if you're getting like this, so it went over there, you click over here, it will come. If you click on this particular icon, see, this got merged, right? So if you click on this, okay, so we got this window also. So just click and check and adjust your window properly, right? Now if you see here for cloud, what I will suggest, whatever the default directory you are getting, that is the project directory. Okay, for example, over here, if I say get wd, so I'm getting /cloud/project. So for what I'll suggest, you don't do anything over there, right? Keep the same directory as it is, right? From here we can set, okay, from here we can set, but this is on the cloud. So on the cloud, whatever we will have to do, we will have to upload the things. For example, if you want to use any data set, so first of all, we will have to upload the data set in that particular directory. So here the directory is set project. So if you are going to upload anything, that will be uploaded in this particular directory by default. So no need to set anything, right? Let it be the same directory over there. So whatever default you are getting, that will be the project directory in the cloud, and let it be the same directory. For the cloud user, there is no problem. But for the RStudio, those people can make the directory anywhere and then they can set. So I hope this thing is clear to you, how to set the directory, right? You can just click on this particular icon, okay? You can search for that particular folder. If it's there on the desktop, you can search that particular folder, right? For example, this is my project folder, open that thing, and then after that, just click on this gear icon and say set as working directory, right? Then your directory will be set. Clear? If you want to set it by command, so this is a command. What you can do, you can say set wd, right? But the only thing, you need to mention the path properly, and it depends on which particular platform you are, right? So if you are on the Windows, you will have to give the path in this particular way. You can just click on your folders properties, you can just copy the path and then you can paste over here. So whatever directory you want to set, you just say over there, it will set your directory. So with the help of set wd, you can set the working directory. With the help of get wd, you can get the working directory. I hope this is clear. Now suppose I want to clear this screen. Okay, if you want to clear this screen, what you can do, you can just press Ctrl and L. Press Ctrl L simultaneously, and this will clear the screen. Press Ctrl L simultaneously, it will clear your screen. So the other way is also there. I'll tell you in a few moments. But the shortcut is you can press Ctrl and L, and it will clear your screen. Okay. Now we will see. Now we will see one command, dir. So I am going through all the basic utility commands, and which you must be, you should be aware of before going through that R language. So first, initially, we will see all the different sets of command which are available, and then we will go for with the basic part of the R language. So there is one dir command. If you fire this, it will basically will give you the information inside there in that particular directory. Right now, I don't have anything, right? So it's not showing me. What I'll do for my stuff, for my thing, I'll set my directory as the different directory. So I'll go to my folder. So I'll set this practice folder. Okay. And then I'm saying set working directory. So if you see, the command is fired and my working directory is changed. Now if I fire this, so now in this particular directory, I am having lots of things, right? So it will basically list the different files and folders which are present in that particular directory. Then I'm clearing the screen. Okay, I'll just move this screen little bit upward so that the maximum part will be visible. Okay. Now there is one command that is let's say help dot start. So if you fire this, if you will see over here, this thing will get open. Okay, and here you can find the topic. You can search the topic, any topic you want. You can just type over there and you can search from this particular window, right? You can just type any topic, you can enter over there and you'll be able to search. So this help dot start, you can take the help from this particular documentation. Then there is one command, let's say data. So if I fire this, sorry. So if I fire this command data, you will see this information will get open, right? So basically this command will show you the different data sets which are available, okay, with our RStudio, right? So for example, if you see, there is a CO2 data set is available, right? BJ cells is available, air passengers is available. So different data sets are available. Whichever data sets are there, you will be able to see with the help of this data command. So mind you, for the analysis purpose and all, we'll going to use many of these data sets, right? We can directly utilize these data sets. It's already there. The informations are there inside that, and we can do our analysis based on those data sets. So if you fire the data command, you will see all the set of these data sets which are already available. Okay, for example, what I can do, I can fire one command view, and let's say empty cars. So empty cars,
Hello sir,
yeah.
थोड़ा स्लो जाने का रिक्वेस्ट है पार्टिसिपेंट्स का.
Okay, 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 okay. So now, till now, I have fired only few commands like get wd, okay, then set wd, right? Get wd for getting the working directory. I fired this particular command get wd, right, for getting the directory. Then I fired the, see, get the WD will give you the current working directory. So in case of you, it will show you the project directory. Then the set WD command is set WD command, by which you will be able to set the directory. Only thing you need to mention the path inside this. Okay, in the double quotes you will have to mention this path. It will set the working directory. Then I told you about dir command. Okay, this dir command, which shows you the contents of the directory, all the files you will be able to see in that particular directory. It's like our Windows command only. It will show you the contents of that particular directory. How to clear the screen? You can press Control L. Okay, Control L, it will clear the screen. Or you can write like this: cat in one single quote. You can write /014. Okay, cat, then in the single quote you can write /014 and enter. So once you will enter, it will clear the screen. So it does the same thing. It will do the Control L, right? And it will clear the thing. So just make a note of that: cat, then in single quote you can type /014. Now there is one command. I was showing you about the data set, right? So I told you that if you fire this command data, right? If you fire this command data, you will get all the data sets which are available by default with this particular RStudio software, right? So I'm firing that, and these are the data sets. It will show you which are there with us, right? Now, if you want to see what are the different contents in this particular data, right, data sets, you can always view by saying view command. View, V is capital. In the bracket, you mention the any name. Okay, for example, let's say I want to see the content of this iris data. So I'll just copy and paste over here, right? I'll just enter. So the iris data is got open. This is kind of flower, right? It's showing you the different data like sepal.length, sepal.width, petal.length, petal.width, and the different species, right? Setosa and all. So you will see the iris data set. What is the command to see the content? You can just fire view inside the bracket. You can just say the name of the data set. So till here, any problem? Till here, everything is clear, I think, right? Then there is a command rm. Okay, suppose I want to clear, I'll just move this window. What I'll do, I'll just assign one value to x. Okay, so to assign, you can say x equal to, let's say 1, x equal to 1, enter, right? So if you see here, this is the environment window. X got the value 1. So whatever temporary things you will be creating, right, that thing will be shown in this particular environment window. Clear? Let's see the value of x. So if I want to see the value of x, it's showing me 1. Clear? So this is how we can check the value of x. So just whichever variable you want to see the value, you can just type its name. For example, let's say a equal to 5, right? Now I want to see the value of a. I'll say a, and I'll say enter. So 5 is displayed. Acha, one more thing. Those people who are typing on mobile phone, okay, on mobile phone, it's a little bit difficult to type on the mobile phone. What you need to be careful when you are assigning a value. For example, a equal to 5, you are saying, right? After that, you just put one space, okay, one space, and then you say enter. Otherwise, on the mobile phone, many of the times, if that cursor is there only, okay, after that number, you will say enter, it will delete this particular number only, right? So it's like the number will be deleted, and you will be you'll be getting this particular plus sign. So if a command is left half, okay, you will get this kind of plus sign. Clear? And then you simply just type anything and it will ignore that thing. So it will terminate. Clear? So if you are on the mobile phone, if you are assigning the value like this, just give one space and then you say enter. Then you will see the proper thing. Now, if I want to see the value of A, I'll say A and enter. I'm getting the value of A. Clear? Now, the other way is what? I can say print. I can say print, and print, I can pass that name of that particular variable. So it will show me the value of that. If I want to check the value of X, I'll say print, I'll say X. Okay, enter. So X was assigned the value X, was assigned the value 1. If you see here in the environment window, X got the value 1, right? So it's displaying over here as 1. Now, if you see, the temporary two variables are created in this particular window, right? A and X. If you want to clear them, you can easily clear them by saying RM. RM stand for remove, right? So you can clear one by one. You can clear one by one. Let's say suppose I want to clear A from this particular window. So I'll say RM, and then in the bracket I'll say A. I'll enter. So if you see here, A got cleared. And you may wonder why I'm clearing this, right? What happens whenever we will do a big project, right? Whenever we'll be doing a big project, we'll be running lots of big data sets. Okay, we'll be doing the training and all, training and testing, and then you will observe that here lots of things will get created, right? And this will make our things run slow. And second thing, it may also happen that if you try to run another project, right, the variables are already loaded inside the workspaces. This is called as the workspace. Okay, so if the variable is already present in the workspace, we may get values from older values of that particular variable, right? We may get the other values, and values will not get refreshed. So it's always a good idea whenever you are doing a new project, you just clear all the workspace by saying that either you clear one by one, but it's not a good idea because there will be lots of stuff will be available. Now we are not fired so much command, that's why it's not showing over there. But if you type most, if you are running any big project, you'll be having lots of stuff in this particular window. So what you can do, you can just type RM in the bracket list equal to ls and open the round bracket and close the round bracket. This command will clear everything from this particular window. Okay, so please remember this RM in the bracket list equal to ls and open the bracket, close the bracket, enter. So see, now it's showing environment is empty, right? So basically this will clear the everything. Now I'll clear this particular window. So I'll say cat, then 0 1 4. I'll enter. It will clear my screen. Okay, now let's see one more command. This is called as library. Okay. If we sorry, just library, open the bracket, close the bracket, and enter. So you will see the libraries which are there already with this RStudio. Okay, you will see those library. If you remember during the start of the session, okay, father said about library, which is there, which is available over here. So what is the main idea behind these libraries? If we require lots of different functionalities, if the functionalities are not available, we will search for the library and we will going to install the library. If the library is already installed, then we can directly load that particular library. Okay, we don't have to install that particular library. We can simply load that particular library. But if the library is not there, then we will have to install that particular library. So this is the scenario. If you require any feature, you can always install the library. For example, suppose I want to install, wait, reshape 2. So this is one package. Okay, this is one of the package. If I want to install this particular package, how to install? So pay attention because this is a very important command. If I want to install anything, what I'll have to do, I'll say dot install dot packages. Okay, install dot packages, I'm going very slow so that all of you know, all of you with me, right? And I hope that all of you are practicing simultaneously. So install dot packages, and here I'll give the name of the package which is required. Okay, the library which is required to be installed. So I'll say reshape 2. Okay, reshape 2, right? And one thing, you must have the internet connection, right? And then you enter. So basically it will start installing it. So see, it will download and everything, and then it will start automatically. So this is successfully unpacked and MD5 some checked, and it got installed over here. So this is a command. If you just press up arrow, the previous command will be loaded. Okay, press up arrow, all the previous command will be uploaded. So by up arrow and down arrow, you can see the different commands over there. So what is the command to install the packages, new packages? The command is install dot packages in the bracket, in the double quotes. Please write the name of that particular package to be installed. Then we are having one command. I'll just type control A. Okay. Then we are having the command session info. Session info. So basically it will give the session info by this command. If I'll enter, so it will tell me that which are the different libraries which are already loaded, and now what different things are they are available in this particular session. That will give me the session information. So which is the command? It's session info. Here, then there is one command, history. Okay, so if you type that command, if you type the history command, it will give you the history of the commands which you have fired. Okay. So I'll say history, open the bracket, close the bracket, and enter. So if you see here, all the history, okay, it will show me the history. Now here you will see the different commands, because I have not closed my ID. So whatever I fired maybe yesterday or not, all those commands are already there. So in your case, you might be seeing certain commands over there. If you are not getting the commands, so you can fire certain commands, and then if you type history, you will see the set of commands which you fired will be visible in this particular window. So later also we will try to see again the history command, and we can save that history in some of the file. So at the end of the day, what we can do, whatever commands we have fired and all the commands we can save in one particular file. So no need to write specifically each and every command, just fire one command and it will write to one particular file. So what is the command to write in a file? Okay, all the history, you just say save history, right, like this, and just give name of one file, let's say text, and enter. Right? So if you just type the save history text, a text file will be created in your the folder, current working directory folder. See, I'm going in this particular file, I'm clicking on this file, and I'm searching where is that file. Somewhere that file will be there. See this, the text file is there. I've given the name as what, text. So in this my text file, all the my command history will be there. I'll just click on this. So I'm clicking on this. So if you click on this, this will basically load. It's not taking from here, but it will take. Let's go to that folder only. So it is saved over here. This is my text file, right? So let's try to open this. I'll try to open with Notepad. See, so all these different sets of command I have fired. I don't know whether it will be showing for you, because if no command is there in the history, then it will not show you. But this is the way how to know how to save the history of all the commands in one particular file, and you can always open that particular file. Even if you click from here, you can click from here, so it will show you. But for my case, it's not showing you, but it will show you from here also. It will give you the option to load and all. So you can just open that particular file and you can check it. Then after saving this, I hope we have covered the enough commands. Yeah, there is one more command. Let's type this one. Let's type this ls command. I'll clear this thing, ls, and open the bracket, close the bracket, and enter. So it's not basically, now it's not giving anything, but basically it will give whatever things are there in the in the environment. Now currently there is nothing. Let me create something. X equal to 5, y equal to 10. Yeah. So two variables I have created. Now I'll fire the command ls. So now it's showing me that x and y. So if you fire this ls command, it will show you what different variables or different things are created in this environment window. So it will basically list all those things here. So if I remove one rm, let's say x, so x got removed. Now if we fire ls, so only y is showing. Clear? Okay. Now there is one more important command that is called as example, right? Example. So suppose there are lots of functions available and I don't know how to use that particular function. Okay, how to use that particular function. Just give me 1 minute. Kavita ma'am, whether I'm going properly, whether,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, sir. That history, that text file, you if we want to create previously, or it will be automatically created. That is
It will be automatically created. Okay, so once we will say save history, and in the quotes, save history, and in the quotes, if we will file like this, save history, right? And in the quotes, let's say I'm saying my history, okay? My history, and I am entering it. So it will create my history. If you see over here, my history got created. Okay. Now if you click on this, now the clicking on this is not working for my case, but for your case it will work. So just check it. If you click directly over here, or you can go to that particular folder. Okay, this is my folder, practice folder. Here I am having my history. Let me check. Yeah, this file. And you can open this particular file with notepad, and you will see the history. See that the history is saved in this particular file. So after firing all the commands, I'll suggest you, after firing or after practicing everything, you just try to save the history in one particular file. Okay, and then you just open that particular file and view that file, the contents of that particular file. So absolutely there is no problem. Then I was trying to show you one command, that is example. So I was explaining you that if you want to see, let me clear this. If you want to see the example of how one particular type of function is being used, so you can always say with this example command, what you can do. Let's say suppose I want to get the information regarding this mean, right? So I'll say example mean, I'll enter. So it will show me how to use this particular thing, right? How to use this particular function. So later on, I'll be showing you these mean, median, and all these things. But to give you the brief thing, the example command, whenever you are whenever you are not getting anything, and you are not understanding how to use any one particular function, right? So you can always use the example command, and in that particular command you can just type the name of the function, and this command will show you the usage of that particular function. So absolutely there is no issue in that. So we have covered lots of command. I hope all of you are practicing along with me. So these were the basic utility commands, and please make sure that after the session you will going to practice all these commands. These are very important commands, and the practice will make you perfect. So if you are practicing properly, and then if you are making your basics very strong, then the learning of the language and doing the this data science and all will not be a difficult part. Okay. So now let's go to the next part. The next we will see the data types which are available. Okay. Before going to do that, let me fire some few more things, and I'll show you that how we can use R as a calculator. Okay. So we can do lots of arithmetics with numbers and all. Okay. And then we can just see how by different arithmetics we can do with the help of this R. So let me clear this. I'll put this window a little bit above. Now let's